Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. Why is it we often put off the things we know we really want to do, but don't feel like doing it? We don't feel confident enough, but deep down we'd love to do those things. Perhaps you have a story that we're not good enough or not worthy, or we're going to fail. We're waiting to feel confident enough to do the things that honour our truth, honour our soul, honour our heart. In this episode, we're exploring what it is we need to do those things. And it's not confidence, it's courage. Let's dive in to explore the difference between confidence and courage, and how it's a misunderstanding that holds us back from making those steps and creating more of the life we want. I want to explore the concepts, the ideas, the feelings, experiences of confidence and courage. Because I think sometimes we confuse the two. We think we need one rather than the other. I was once being coached by one of my trainers and mentors. And I was on a training session and I was up front being coached by him in front of the room. He asked me what I wanted to create from that conversation. And I said I wanted to feel more confident in, I can't remember what it was, putting my fees up or creating more of the clients I want. It was a change to my business. This was many years ago. And I just remember I wanted to feel more confident and feel less fearful about it. And it really shocked me when he said, I can't do that. And Jamie knows me very, very well. And I've had conversations and coaching with him and other people, and I've had insights that's helped me just see situations completely differently. That's let me let go of fear and insecurities in different areas of life. And I was quite shocked when he said, no, I can't do that. And he went on to say that I can't stop you feeling fearful. I can't control your fears. You can't control your feelings. No one can. Feelings are the weather systems. They come and they go. We can't control them. We can't turn them off. We can't choose what feelings we have. And he said, what you need, and he got off his chair and went to the flip chart and said, what you need is courage. And he wrote courage in big letters on this flip chart. And that coaching conversation had been really, really impactful. And I kept that piece of flip chart paper for many years. Because I think deep down he knew that I was looking for him to flick a switch in me. To give me some magic insight that I'd never feel that sense of fear again. But what it was helping me see was my relationship with confidence and fear and courage in all areas of my life. And if I could see this, then I could create more awards in all areas of my life rather than just changing, letting go of fear in this one particular incident. And the thing is about confidence is we often think we need to feel confident before we do something. But confidence is a feeling you get having done it. Confidence is not a prerequisite for doing anything. It is a feeling. Feelings like the weather, we can't control how we feel. Our feelings have no bearing on who we are and what we're doing in the moment. Feelings look backwards. So often we're waiting for the right feeling before we do things. And often we find we don't get around to doing those things because we're not feeling confident enough or feeling able to do all these feelings and thoughts that contaminate our behaviour. But what we really need is courage. Courage is a choice to act, a choice to honour our heart and our soul our truth, something deeper than our thoughts and our feelings, to honour that despite thoughts and feelings. I saw an interview with Tom Cruise recently, and Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts, and he was talking about fear. And he really was saying about, feel the fear and do it anyway. And he doesn't mean just jump off a cliff straight away. He said you build it up. There was a time he didn't know how to fly, so he took steps, inched his way forward step by step, expanding his comfort zone along the way. But he was taking that step despite the fear to honour what he really wanted to do, honour his heart more than his fear. There's a film, I think it's called We Bought a Zoo, and it's based on a true story. And a family bought a zoo. They had no experience of running a zoo, but the mother had died, and there's kind of 3 small children, and the father wanted to have a different life experience for them and do something crazy and have this adventure as a family. And in this film, the father was talking to the children about how he met their mother. And he was saying, just walking down the street one day, and she was sitting in a cafe on the inside of the window, and she just caught his eye, and he was captivated, and he had this kind of moment of, part of him wanted to go in and speak to her, a complete stranger, but he wanted to go and say hello to her and speak to her and ask her out, and there was this fear. And there's a line in the film, he says, with 15 seconds of courage, you can do anything you want in this world. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in that. I often talk to my clients about doing pizza walks. And you may have heard of firewalks. Firewalks is one of these personal development days where at the end of the day, they might get the participants to walk along a bed of hot coals as a demonstration of mind over matter and how more capable they are than they think they are. And it's a purely mind over matter kind of experience, where a therapist many years ago coined the term pizza walk. And the idea is you walk into a shop that's got nothing to do with food, and you ask for a pizza with a straight face. And the first time I heard this I was just getting interested in personal development, and I was listening to this talk, and I was walking down the street, and the person speaking was sharing this, and I thought there's no way I could do that. I hadn't had the confidence to do that. I was such a people pleaser, worried what people thought of me. And something inside of me thought, it's probably quite a good thing to do then. And the speaker went on to say, if that's too scary, just go into McDonald's and ask for a pizza. Start small and go to McDonald's and ask for a pizza. And I looked up, and there was a McDonald's further down the road. I thought, okay, let's do it. Strike while the iron's hot. Get in there, say it, get out again. I was terrified. In the queue, getting closer to the front, the nerves racing through me. I didn't feel confident at all. I got to the front, and as soon as my mouth opened, my mind just calmed. I just calmly said, can I have a cheese and tomato pizza, please? And the guy served me, looked at me like a complete idiot and said, no, we don't do pizza. And I didn't plan to say this, and I don't know where this came from. I felt so calm and relaxed. I just said, okay, can I have a chicken korma instead? He looked at me even more like an idiot and said, no, we don't do curry either. Okay, thank you. And I walked out. And I felt invincible. I felt so confident. I felt this confidence flooding through my veins I'd never felt before. It was such a powerful, profound experience. See, confidence is a feeling you get having done something. It's the courage, it's what you need beforehand. And the more we understand the nature of fear, that's the misuse of imagination. Fear is the misuse of imagination. And we're human. Sometimes we're going to feel fear. But it's the misuse of imagination. We can hold it more lightly. It's coming out of our comfort zone. These stories we've created about ourselves and life to keep us safe, through misunderstandings of life experiences, often in childhood. And the more we honour our heart looks forward, our feelings look backwards. The more we honour our heart, we realise fear is like a tissue paper wall. It's just a veil of imagination. And the other side of it is where the magic happens. I once got a client to do a parachute jump. She was terrified. I don't know many people have done a parachute jump and regretted it. Most will get back down to the ground and they're beaming and they'd love to go again. And that was when I did my parachute jump. I loved it. Just wanted to go again. In fact, that same client, it changed her perception, because one of the things she really struggled with was making phone calls, calling people she didn't know. And that was a big part of her role, her job. She hated it. And since doing that parachute jump, she used to pick up the phone and feel a bit nervous and scared. She thought, hang on a minute, if I can jump out of a plane, I can make a phone call. And just dismissed the fear and just did the call. And now it's not a problem. I'm going to read you a story about confidence and courage. Once upon a time, in the valley of whispering thoughts, there lived a young woman named Alia. Alia had heard tales her whole life about a majestic city that lay beyond the cliffs, across the great chasm called the Unknown. The city was said to be where people found their purpose, their power, their peace. Everyone wanted to go there, but very few ever tried. The only way to cross was a strange, shimmering bridge called the Bridge of Maybe. No one could see it from the edge. You had to take a step out into thin air, and only then would a plank appear beneath your foot. Each plank only revealed itself after you stepped forward into nothingness. It was terrifying. Most villagers waited their whole lives for the confidence to cross the bridge. When I feel ready, they'd say, when I know the plank will be there. But confidence never came to them, because they never took a step. One day, Alia stood at the edge. Her legs trembled. Her thoughts screamed all the reasons why she might fall. Her imagination conjured failure, laughter, shame, loss. But another voice, small and still, whispered in her chest, "You don't need to be sure. You just need to begin." So, with her heart pounding and her eyes squeezed shut, Alia lifted her foot and stepped forward. Plank. It caught her. She gasped and laughed at the same time. "It's real," she whispered. Then fear returned. What if the next one isn't there? But the voice inside reminded her, you don't need certainty. You just need courage. So she stepped again. Plank. And again, plank. With each step, her confidence grew, and with it, something else began to take root. A quiet knowing, a familiarity with the unknown, a sense that, even though she couldn't see the whole path, she was going to be okay. By the time she reached the other side, she had something she didn't start with, confidence. Not because she waited for it, because she had done it by moving forward despite her fear. It turned out that the Bridge of Maybe wasn't made of certainty or confidence. It was built plank by plank from courage to honour ourselves, to commit to our true self, our heart's desire, and to make the choices to act. Our fears look backwards. Our heart's desire looks forwards. What choices can you make? What brave or courageous choices can you make that honour your heart, honour your soul? And confidence is not a prerequisite for doing anything. It's the feeling you get having done it. Loving you.